Well, well, well. Now, that was quite the introduction. So we got a little bit of lore. And hey, welcome back to Road to Vostok. Wait, maybe I should give my intro first. Hello, my dear friends. And welcome back to Road to Vostok. Road to Vostok is officially in its 1.0 release. How joyous is that? And here... oh, wow. We have an entire panel here showing events. Quite interesting. Oh my god, we are so behind. So what I did, I had initially planned for us to play this at midnight on the day it was released, which was April 7th. I am now recording this on the 11th. You're going to see this much sooner than you would anything else. Usually things are recorded about 2 weeks in advance, but this time you're going to get this early. I had sat up and waited for this to come out, and then midnight rolled around, and alas, Road to Vostok wasn't due to release for another 7 hours. I had class, so it did not get recorded as intended. But we're here now, and that is what matters. I do not totally remember the controls, but my god, am I happy to be back. I loved our time spent playing the Road to Vostok demo. I loved it so much because it was a unique take on several of the genres that we're used to. It's not quite an extraction shooter. It's a hardcore survival game, right? So it takes the good elements of Arma, DayZ, Stalker, and Tarkov, and it blends them together into its own thing. We have so many crafting recipes. So crafting has been implemented in full. We don't have a map or notes. Judging by that transmission at the beginning, this story is most likely being told on a national scale. Judging by that opening, we exist, or we have chosen to continue to exist within this world, which was something that was prevalent in the last part, but here we are starting out right in the same cabin. Right in the same cabin, indeed. I find this interesting. It does give the air of familiarity, which I am stoked about. I remember Vostok scaring the absolute piss out of me with its hyper-realistic cracks and whizzes from incoming fire. So forgive me if my voice is sounding a little funny. I'm I don't know. I've got something stuck in my throat or something. So Generalist Returns to Village was the event on number 1, and he's our buddy over here in red. We had a pretty good, or in that red structure, we had a pretty good hold on Road to Vostok's mechanics and gameplay in the last bit. So much so that we were just spending all of our time out shooting military dudes. Into some new graffiti, I think. Now, I'm going to wager that most of the loot spawns and stuff are probably going to be the same from the demo. Hopefully. Very good. Very good. I don't remember where everything goes. And I don't remember how to rotate. Hold the phone. Bear with me as I do my best to figure this out. Going to take matches and painkillers. We do need a windbreaker. I believe that there are going to be some of the same quests from before, and one of those early quests did require us to find painkillers, and one required matches as well, fire starting materials. So usually there was a there were like 2 cells of bandits at any given time on this map. This is Area 05. This is the neutral zone, polluted by bandits. There's no military here. Oh, that is a bird we hear up in the air. Generally speaking, there's at least a cell of bandits here and or at these houses right up the road here. So we're going to keep moving low and slow as I'm physically capable of doing. And we're going to push through here. Very good. There's something up there. Yeast. Perhaps we are making some of that that moonshine. I wonder what the what the economy system looks like now that that we're in 1.0. I felt a deep connection to this game whilst playing the demo, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed its take on the genre, or the series of genres it is not emulating, but existing within. The demo was more of a shooter, which was to be expected for a demo, and it was more fleshed out than any other demo I've played in recent memory. But what Vostok did that I enjoyed the most is it kept promising that it was going to be a survival game above all else, where you didn't have to engage in combat if you didn't want to. And I found that really interesting because there is such an emphasis on combat in most shooters, or most games that present themselves as shooters. You know, if there are any other mechanics, they are detracted by the combat, right? Or they're rendered null by the combat in the game. But Auntie, I'm still butchering your name, my dear friend. I am so sorry. He has promised that... oh, Jesus Christ alive. Okay, I see the shooter. Alright. Man, okay, it's not a walk in the park anymore, is it? I think I've got the, I think I've got this on full. I can't remember how to inspect the weapon. We're just gonna have to wait. I can hear him moving around. I think I took a round. I'm not sure. Okay, V to check our ammo. What is it to check our actual weapon system? Okay, there we go. Check it out. It is X to inspect our weapon. For those of you that are playing this for yourselves and haven't figured it out, which I reckon is 0. I reckon that is 0 of you. I know we need some toilet paper for one of these early quests. If they are the same. Honestly, we should... okay, he's trying to maneuver on us. Yeah, he's definitely trying to flank. I'm honestly going to take this... No, I'm not. I was going to take the optic off. It's kind of messing with my field of view. Jesus Christ, I hate playing Where's the Spider with bandits. Alright, we're going to become the spider in that sense then. MP5K. It's an awesome, iconic weapon system. The MP5 is the quintessential submachine gun, right? It is the submachine gun. You could show this picture to... You could show a picture of an MP5 platform to anybody in any country, and I guarantee you would elicit a response. Ooh, look, a potato. It just has an air of familiarity. Even if people don't know what it's called, they know what it is, right? And I'd wager that most people know what it's called. Through its use in film, media, We've got all sorts of goodies so far. We got a potato, some peanuts. Very good. We have a bandit who wants us dead because we killed his brother. So, I'm noticing that the model of the bandits has not changed. I wonder if there are more models, or if what you see is what you get. Which, it makes no difference one way or another. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The cold medicine. Very good. Now, there was a running joke. Our channel was very, very fresh, very new when Vostok first came to it. And I ate that stuff up, man. I was having a great time, you know, in the infancy of the channel, making thumbnails and seeing what works and, you know, providing commentary. It was all very new to me, and Vostok was a great building block for that. Look at all these. Okay, R is how we switch this around. Very good. We have a spare magazine, which is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and pack a mag here, so we have something to transition to in the event that bad things start happening. This is the death house, the quintessential death house. I'm going to throw these on my feet. There we go. Ooh, a backpack. I shall take that. Very good. I do not remember where anything is. So bear with me as I fumble around. I remember food being important, ammo being more important, meds being important. It seems like there are several different facets present. Oh yes, always pick up the rifle from the dead guys. I have remembered that, and surprisingly so. So we've got 15 rounds in here. Let's go ahead and push. Push, 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 push. Open threshold. Seems like the guys that are on their feet are wearing white, and the dead guys are wearing black, so that's going to be a good... Perkele! Perkele! That's a dead guy. That's, you know, it's funny how video games can bring cultures together and bring bring tidbits of language together. And I would not know what percolate meant. I would have to go look it up had it not been for Mark from Infra, who was also a Finn. And at the end of the game, if you have done... I'm fairly certain you have to have done... Ooh, the M62 cap. Now that is some headgear. I'm fairly certain you had to have done the 100% ending, or close to 100%, like over 95% ending. He says, you know, I've had a hell of a day, yada, 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 talking about, how I say, talking about, like teddy bears and mushrooms and falling elevators, and then he says percolate, and it essentially means devil, I think, or it could be a like a light curse word. I'm not totally sure, as a matter of fact, but I think that's pretty darn cool. Okie dokie. I'm gonna throw the rest of our ammo in there and continue looting as we have been doing. Looting, picking things up. I would put one in his dome. Very good. Very good. That means we are serious business, and we're here for the violence. Now, regardless of whether or not we have the ability to just live as a humble fisherman or not, we are going to be taking the fight to the enemy. I'm not quite sure who the enemy is. I'm really not sure about the lore and the story, and that's something that I am so excited. I heard something. Alright, everyone's chilling. We're fine for a moment. Pea soup. Very good. That's part of a traditional Finnish meal. So says the... there's definitely another shooter around here. There he is. Alright, so forget what I said about dudes that are dead being the only ones wearing black. That is a stupid... That was a stupid misobservation. There was definitely a shooter down there standing upright wearing a black leather jacket. Or a windbreaker, whatever the hell it happens to be. We're going to kill him, regardless of what he's wearing. We're going to take his clothes, or take his ammo from him specifically. We can't take clothes, I don't believe. I have no idea what else to be expecting out of Vostok in terms of new mechanics, and I hope I get a crash course in it sooner than later. Ooh, oh yes, oh my God, Jesus. Everyone chilling? Alright, that was just a negligent discharge on my part. Don't worry about it. I just about had a heart attack. Okay. Very good. I am going to throw this fleece on. We are getting a little heavy. Oh my God, I can't believe I let loose with the full mag. I dumped like 10 rounds just now. You know, I have this problem, and it's becoming a running gag on the channel, and I think what's even funnier about it is, you know, this has been happening forever. You know, this is not a new thing, per se. This is not something that just happened because I started recording me playing games. I've always been able to jump scare myself with, with negligent discharges. And, man, it gets my goat. It gets my goat real bad. Ooh, very good. A whole bunch of 9mm. This is definitely... What was I talking about? I was trying to talk about the coveted vest, the Banana Republic vest, as some call it, that was famed and worn by several operators during the very early GWAT days, like 01, 02, 03 GWAT. Those dudes that, oh, I see a fire burning. That does let us know that we are not alone. Yeah, man, there's nothing like those early kits from the GWAT days. That's a shooter. I think I hit one. There's at least 2 guys in this structure. And since both of them were wearing white, I'm fairly certain we are missing one entirely. We're going to keep distance. Distance is going to be our friend. I think. I'm not comfortable shooting from up here. Is it C to crouch? Okay, let's inspect. There we go. Alright. I do kind of have rigid controls when it comes to what I can and can't do. Okie dokie. Let us... I don't think I can prone, right? No, there is no prone. No, no, no. Well, we could stand here like Goombas. Like a bunch of goobers. Or we could probably push on the structure. I'm gonna move through concealment. Oh, there he is. Ah, Christ. Uh-oh. And I broke a bone. That's not good. Okay. I think that spray took him out. God, I'm in such a bad location. That's okay. Well, our first raid back, and we're really... Oh man, we're doing some... Someone said in an operator video, the operator's operating. There's a whole hell of a lot of operations going on here. I can't tell what he fight. That's a crink. I don't think it's good to be walking on this fracture. I hope there's no, like, long-term dangers for doing so. Okay. We're good. Everyone's good. Alright, we are gonna have to do some emergency first aid. Okay. Okay. Oh, alright. Alright, everyone's dead. I'm chilling. We're all good. We're all good. Let's eat antibiotics. Let's eat painkillers. Let's splint our leg. Does balm do anything for us? Damn, we are sucking wind. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sucking wind. Oh, Christ. What does this do? Cures burn. We don't have a burn. We are very thirsty, though, so I'm going to eat this pea soup. See if the Hat Man will be our guiding hand once more. I don't know if that joke's just not funny or the channel was too far into its infancy when that joke was being made, but I thought that was the funniest thing on the planet, and I don't think it landed too well, even though this did do pretty well in the early days. I say early days like we're doing a lot better than we were at the start, and I am very grateful for that. Okay, so our health is low. We're sucking wind a little bit. Makarov. I'm gonna drop this in favor of this. It is about time for us to go home, though. I'm going to remove this magazine. And throw this one back in it. Very good. The goal was to get to our dear friend the trader, or the generalist. We may be hard pressed to do that as of right now. It's a risk, and I always say, like, in real life, in my waking life, I don't think you should take risks. You don't have to, right? I mean, I believe in taking calculated risks and whatnot, but, if I were in a Vostok scenario, and I just got into a really nasty gunfight, and it's either go back home through, terrain that has been cleared, or go through unfamiliar terrain, injured, to get to, this guy who may or may not have something to say to you, or, to trade with you. I'm going home. Well, hell, if we were in a Vostok scenario like this, we would not have engaged this group of guys to begin with. We would have still been up there on the hill, observing them, and that is the beauty of games. That is the beauty of games. We are going to go try to sell some of this nonsense, though. I'm going to keep my gun up as much as possible. There is a rifle there. Interesting. I wonder if that's just a, like a canonical spawn. Close this door. I'm actually going to drop this guy. I don't have room for it. Okay. We'll make room for it. There we go. Yeah, that's much better condition. Very good. Sugar. Sakar. We always need sugar. Sugar and pea soup. Seems like there's some type of weather event happening. Perhaps just a thunderstorm, but yeah, that moved in really quickly. Sir, we're doing fine. Ah, full magazine. Very good. Full standing magazine at that. Ooh, holy hell. Now what are you? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to remove this. Throw this over here. Remove this. Clear the chamber. I'm going to throw this in here. Like so. There we go. Rock on. And we'll throw this over here. And take this. And have a melatonin. Perhaps. What do you think? No. Okay. I didn't know if the melatonin would heal us or not. I know it would put me to bed. It would put me to bed. We don't have pants on yet, do we? I'm going to transition to this green fleece because I like green. Oh. Oh, God bless America. We don't have to do this. Regardless of my my quiet plea in a hushed tone, I think we're gonna have to do this. Yeah. Dude's moving at speed, man. They move at speed. Shit. Okay. We have 7 rounds to make it happen. Until we have to... Oh, Christ. Okay, we made it happen. My fleece is wet, which grosses me out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, retreat. Tactical retreat. That's not good. I think that round cracked over my back. Oh, not knowing stresses me out. Okay, we just gotta put the pedal to the metal. Go, go, go. So, I have no idea what happened in Vostok. We're in a gnarly gunfight. And I want to know what happened. They said that lady at the beginning, which I attempted to talk about, and then we got distracted. She says that there was a major, there's this massive explosion. So Finland, a neutral country, or a country with the air of neutrality, had maintained neutrality for quite a long time. And then there were aggressors. I think I saw a guy up there. No, maybe not. I need to just hammer down and keep moving. But a presumably NATO country, which I'm just wagering it's the United States, had banded everybody together, all these other NATO countries, under the guise of national protection, national security, and caused, or not caused, but through coercion, using force, or, you know, trade, what's it called, trade bondage, or whatever the hell. Ah, here, the generalist is here, very good. They were able to take all these countries, combine their militaries together, and then invade Russia, is what it seems like. Or launch a military strike against Russia in some capacity that was Bad News Bears. Perhaps an EMP, perhaps a... I don't think it was anything nuclear. But I can't be for certain, you know? I can't know for certain. Alright, what do you have? Nothing, as always, as per usual. Ooh! Ah, I see what you did. Very good. Auntie has kept his... He did a poll on YouTube on whether or not he should keep the barter system or not. And I was one of the people that said you should. It's nice to see that that's in... still implemented. That's very, very cool. Okay. I'm going to start these. Okay, what? Hold the phone here. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got a television. Very good. Bad habits. We do not have cigarettes for you yet. Back pains. Okay, so it's not butt pain anymore. Coffee. I can only do one at a time, so I might hold off on doing any of them. What do we need exactly? Deodorant, wipes, all sorts of stuff. We no longer get the M78, the beautiful, unparalleled M78. Which, fun fact, the M78 is like the Finnish RPK essentially. And fun fact about the RPK or the M78, it was used in Red Dawn as a stand-in for the RPK because we didn't have the ability to get it, to get RPKs or anything remotely close to it. So they used the M78. Ah, see, it has been switched to this task. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Alright, pal, I'll be on the lookout for all these things. We did get one quest done, which is nice. We're going to have to redo this one, considering I had to eat the painkillers. What do you have, though? Do you have anything good? Any goodies? I'll take these. I'll find gloves in the field eventually. What about a PBS and a new magazine? You can have this and this backpack. No, I'm keeping the backpack. How about sugar? Crackers? We don't have a Glock yet, but I think it'd be wise to get rid of that immediately. If we trade both of these in, then that gives us significantly more wiggle room. No.
Boy. Hyvät kaupat tehtiin.
Okay, so we ended up doing a different trade there.
Katsotaan mitä tuolta oikein löytyy.
Need to be on the lookout for some cigarettes, which I'm sure we can find pretty easily. I'm going to sit over here in the corner and have a bite to eat. Our health is poor. Poor to say the least. Our mental health is failing. Our cat seems to be fine, though. We don't have a cat yet, but we'll get a cat. I wonder what the deal is with the cat, because I swear to God, if the cat can get injured, we're gonna be at odds. We're most definitely gonna be at odds. What do we have here? Do a little organizing before we go home. It's raining. We could wait out the storm here. I've been playing a lot of DayZ and enjoying so very much. Enjoying so very, very much. And it's becoming a comfort game more than anything, right? It's you know, I don't feel the need to rush when I play DayZ, and I'm actually encouraged not to. I'm encouraged to just take my time and enjoy, and I think that is how we're going to play Vostok. And just like that, by the skin of our teeth, we have survived. We have survived indeed. And now it is time. Ooh, I forgot how to do all of this. Okay, very good. Let's see if I have... There we go. Okay, so in the demo, this system was still present, but it was kind of up in the air as to whether or not the objects were going to stop moving once they interacted with something in the world. That has been kept, as you see here. All right, let's throw our kit here. Yakari backpack. Man, who is it that makes this stuff? It's a Finnish manufacturer. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Savota. Savota is who makes it. They make some pretty high quality gear. They're featured heavily in this. Oh, we have the ability to quick move. Very good. I'll have to keep that in mind moving forward. But what the hell were we talking about? We're talking about Savota, the Finnish, not arms manufacturer, but oh my God, they make gear. That's what they do. I'm so sorry. I'm struggling to keep it together today. I think I'm excited. Well, I know I'm excited. I'm really, really excited, as a matter of fact, to be back in the world of Vostok. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a little treat, because I haven't been playing the demo. You know, once after that last episode, that was my last time playing Vostok. And now we're back here in full force, and it's just, I don't know, it's a nice feeling. It really is. The organization is non-existent, essentially. We're just kind of putting things where I think they make sense for now. And we'll come back through and fix this down the road once we need to. I'm going to leave this here for the time being. Should we leave it by the door? No. No, we mustn't. We mustn't. How about over here in the corner? No, I don't like that. I do love the ability to place things. That is such a welcome addition to this game. It's not a new addition by any means, but it's definitely one of my favorites. There we go. Alright, we got 2 AKs and a RK-62. And we're going to sleep it off, because we are in great pain. And we'll hit it again when we wake up. It seems like we only got 6 hours of sleep. We're a little hazy waking up. We got to get our food and water under control. I'm going to hold on to this water. We're going to eat some peas and some pea soup and some juice, maybe. Have a bite of this, see what it does for us. It was all welcome. We can heat this stuff up. I imagine that requires a fire. Let's have a better look. Ah, we need a mess kit, which we don't have. We don't have. It is good to see that this is actually pretty pretty incredible. You make compote. Oh, man, I love compote. Look at this. Now this is really incredible stuff. What does repair look like? Ah, repair kit. Okay, very good. Could make a cooking station. Make a civvy bed or a nomad bed. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, this is all very welcome. I guess we're eating cold soup for today, for breakfast or late dinner. I'm not quite sure what time it is. I'd love to get a watch. I would love to get a watch. What do we need to do? Let's switch over this magazine. Okie dokie. Alright, well, I suppose it is as good a time as any for us to head out. We're going to drink our juice box and hit the road. Now, Vostok is not terribly like pitch black dark at night. As you see, we have this nice moonlit sheen, but it is significantly more dangerous at nighttime because of the lower visibility. And I can't remember what quest it was that awarded us with we're in the we're definitely in the suck now, gang. I've got a glare on my screen right now. Not very good. Alright, let's see what we can get into and hopefully not get dead. I did throw this into semi, right? Yeah, that's exactly where we want it. The MP5K is cool, and yeah, there's definitely shooters over here. That's not good, and that's not what we wanted. I don't know how confident I am pushing those guys. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not confident at all. Not at nighttime. You know, when you're looking out into the distance like this, you're looking for movement, colors that don't make sense with the natural landscape. You know, you're looking for anything that stands out, any shapes, and that's why camouflage and there's a dude right here in this yellow house. That's why camouflage and disruptive patterns and whatnot are so important. The entire idea behind concealment is breaking up your silhouette, right? Because the human body is very distinctly human-shaped. And that's just the way it is. He's up here.
Olisiko kellään teitä yhtä röökiä?
Okay. Duct tape will come in handy at some point, I'm sure. I'm going to take that pistol just so we have a backup. We only have 3 rounds. Oh, I can put them in either slot. That's cool. I'm going to transition this to a primary, and this will be my backup. We have 4 rounds. We're doing fine here. Alright, so there is definitely... Not definitely, but there's most likely one more bad guy here. Cells of these guys seem to constitute anything from 1 to 2 to 5 bad guys. Hopefully no more than that. I've never seen more than that, and hell, I don't think I've seen 5 guys together at any given point, but never say die. Hopefully us going back home gave the loot. Yes, it did. It did indeed. Thank God. I was going to say, if we get out here and there's no loot, or no new loot, I'm going to have a meltdown. All sorts of goodies. Very good. Very good. And we have this cool M62 cap on. Though everything's right in the world. Vostok is back on the channel. Spring has sprung. The hickory tree has buds on it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I am happy that spring has sprung, and I am happy to be playing Vostok again. You know, it's funny. Ooh, a cassette. Ah, I wonder how important the cassettes are going to be. Perhaps they're going to be a lore element. Radio hits. Awesome. I love that. Maybe it'll just be like Metal Gear, or we're just listening to cassettes while we're transitioning between places. With Vostok's new update, its 1.0 release, comes new things. So we don't just have the village, the minefield, and Vostok anymore. We now have several other areas, that which I do not know the name of, or those which I do not know the name of. So that's really cool. We have new traders. All of this we'll get to learn intimately sooner rather than later. Arcane 95 on the ground. That makes my heart sore. No magazine, though, and no ammo. Ooh. Yeah, see, the Micro's got a much nicer profile than the Pro. And I like the Pro optic, don't get me wrong. I don't love it in Vostok so much. But it is a good, cost-effective optic. Now, the Micro, on the other hand, is just the bee's knees in every situation. Whether it be the T1 or the T2. You see, there's a new small dot optic like this. The Acro. Not really sure how new it is, but that's a funky looking optic. It's very square, or rectangular, I should say. But nevertheless, it's really neat. It's really neat. I think one of the things I'd like to do once we get some gear, we don't really have any, like, I mean, we have nothing to lose, but that's not a good excuse to just go run out and do dumb stuff. You know, we need to get our health in order. We're still injured. More injured than I'm confident running around at night being, but you know, here we are. But what I would like to do is navigate through one of these border zones, one of these new ones, because I have no idea what to expect, you know? Oh, good. Good. Cold medicine. You gotta be careful about how much you eat of that stuff, really. You know, I'm kind of, you know, right now at present, I'm just kind of picking up whatever I can get my grubby little hands on, because I don't know how the items have been adjusted, and frankly, I don't remember what the items were, like what their barter value was. So we're going to end up with some junk that we don't need, and we're probably going to have to do some interesting trades with the generalist. I shouldn't have crossed that threshold without looking first, but nevertheless, that's what we did. Let's give it a peek. I see a guy down there, right there. Okay. We surprisingly were able to kill him with fairly accurate fire from up here. I'm actually thrilled about that. Ooh, a bandage. Very good. This stops bleed, right? Yes. Okay. Gives us 25 health and stops bleed. I think it wouldn't be the worst thing to go ahead and use it, but the odds of us catching a bleed are higher than average right now, I'd say. It's either, you know, leave ourselves up Schneiser's Creek with no bleed stop, or, you know, risk getting one tapped because we don't have any health. And these are the decisions that we're going to have to make moving forward in Vostok, because it's only going to get worse from here. There used to be a corpse in here. I suppose he's moved on to better things. There's a shooter outside. What should we do? I don't have any antiseptic. I'm going to use this. Yes, that was a wise course of action. All right, let's be very cautious. I would love a little surefire to help light my way right now. I see the dead dude down there, I think. I hate this this area here, man. There's you know what, we're gonna dip around back to the back and cross over here to this house. Bandit house number 2. Normally I'm pretty confident just running between point A and point B, or at least I was, but I'm not feeling the... I'm just not feeling it right now. And I think I need to listen to myself when I say to not do something, you know? Okay, in we go. Clear so far. Alright, we're doing fine. Doing fine. What's on the ground there? Ah, debris. It's a piece of OSB. Lights are on. That's never a good sign for anybody. I'm actually going to snuff that. Okie dokie. Moving right along here, gang. You know, there's something cool and eerie about maneuvering through a world in which a quiet apocalypse... This isn't really a quiet apocalypse anymore. Maybe I guess it isn't a quiet apocalypse. Even though the aftermath is a little messy. By a little messy, I mean, you know, totally unlawful regions that are in apocalyptic disrepair. But, you know, I don't know. There's something unique about these quiet apocalypse scenarios, right? And not knowing what happened exactly is giving me a little bit of a fear factor. It's playing on this, this, you know, primal curiosity I have, personally. But it's also got me tense. Like, I know that Vostok was really, really adamant about no nonsense, no supernatural nothing, just hardcore survival, you know? But, I don't know, then, if it is just, if there is no supernatural element, if there is no wacky or zany element, you know, then what is it? What has caused this apocalypse, you know? What has happened here on the road to Vostok, here in southeastern Finland? I'm gonna make entry here. I'm gonna check through the window first. We did have a pretty gnarly gunfight in here last time. Okay. Clear. Check outside real quick. Sometimes in the demo there used to be a shooter in that treehouse every once in a while. I don't know how prevalent he is anymore. Okay, clear. Clear so far. That back door is open. Across the way. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. Right now, I do not have the ability to play with dynamic weather on and whatnot. So, I don't know if that's something you unlock after a certain amount of time, or what it is, or if it's not implemented. But I would have selected that. I didn't want to play it winter, like starting out pure winter, so we are playing summer. And as soon as we have the ability to switch over to dynamic weather, we will be doing that. Because I love the idea of seasons. I love the idea of changing seasons, shifting weather patterns, etc. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's just locked in the, there's that guy we killed. It's just locked right now in the menu, or in the start menu, when you start a new iteration. And again, much like the first time we played Vostok, I don't believe we can run more than one save. Which is a unique design choice. Especially, you know, where I like to... Not with every game, but I could definitely see myself wanting to play this in my spare time. And I'm not going to get that opportunity. Unless we die in between recordings or whatever. But yeah, as far as I know, you can't have more than one save. They are on a more or less permadeath basis. Even though permadeath is a separate mechanic, like, we know we die for, if we die in Vostok, we die for real, you know? Like, if you die in the dream, you die in real life. But no, there is a dedicated permadeath mode where every death is permanent as well. We have not selected that, and I went through, I kind of I was going back and forth on whether or not we should do, whether or not I should do my intro and then us watch the intro. I decided to just put the intro in as is, because it was really cool. It's really cool and fleshed out. So you didn't see the character, or not character creation, excuse me, the world creation. But it's the exact same for the most part, just with the, you know, the option to choose winter and whether or not we have permadeath on, which, like I said, we do not. If you want to see a permadeath run, let me know. We'll make it happen. If you guys want to see anything, let me know and we'll make it happen. Got 45s. The only 45 I remember existing in the demo was the 1911, which, if we pick up, we'll put to good use. We haven't seen anybody yet. The weather, you know, I'm not familiar with I've never lived in Finland, so I'm not familiar with their summer weather patterns, but something about this weather seemed a little intense, so perhaps I wonder if there's like this is supposed to be a like a harp story, you know, where the powers that be were working on a weather-based weapon, which is a terrifying concept. You know, here in the States, we've had a lot of talk in the past several years about whether or not that is something that's happening, whether or not, you know, weather-based weapons are being tested, yada yada. I know there were a lot of conspiracies regarding some of the wildfires recently, as well as the fires in Hawaii, I believe is one of the focal points. But that would be cool. You don't see a lot of, or any for that matter, you don't see any weather-based disasters in video games, do you? Okay. Hey, pal. We're back. We've made it back to you once again. I could really use a drink. I'm gonna have some juice. Doctor returns to school. I have no idea where that is. Okay. Okay, so somewhere around here is the doctor, which is interesting. We've had, we did not have access to said doctor in the last iteration, so perhaps we make that priority number 1. I'm going to buy 9s, 475. Okay, that goes for... The Arcade 95 goes for a hell of a lot of cash. What if we trade 223s for 9s? And 45s, because we don't need them. How about a cassette? And that looks like a deal to me. Wait, hold on. What if we keep this? Look at that. Perfect. Right on the money. Okay, very good. Still looking for those cigarettes, dude. We'll find them eventually. Don't you worry. Every bandit known to man smokes cigarettes. It's just part of the job description. If you're a bandit, you gotta get a nicotine addiction real quick. All right, moving along. Now, we got to be cautious over here, because at this campsite, you sometimes get a rover, and over there you get a rover sometimes. Or you used to, at least. I noticed the distinct lack of the pike quest. That which we could turn in the pike for a Mark 18 from the generalist. I'm noticing that doesn't exist anymore. Ooh. Hell, I'm gonna run back to him. I'm gonna get rid of this Makarov in favor of literally anything else. Many moons ago, my uncle had purchased, this is like very early 2000s, he had purchased a legit Makarov. It had like black rubber grips. I remember it very, very vividly, because as a boy, I was shooting it, and, you know, a lot of Russian weapon systems can run really dirt cheap ammo, like real lead ammo, right? And, a piece of that hot lead had got kicked up, and landed on me, like where people get what they call slide bite. And I'll never forget that. My first experience firing a Makarov, and it left a gnarly little mark on me as a boy. Do we want a... No, we can't have a soda, so we'll have a juice instead. And we truly live in a world where a juice trades for the same amount as a pistol. I'm trying to think of another world where ammunition is abundant. I know in Metro that military grade ammo is the primary currency, but I'm trying to think more along the lines of like Forever Winter. I can't think of any other worlds off the top of my head. I know Forever Winter is a good example of a world where like water is the supreme currency versus ammunition that's just abundant. Another successful raid. That one was not too bad, not too shabby, honestly. We did well. We did well indeed. We're going to have to move all sorts of stuff around to make room for new stuff. Food and water is really my main concern. We're going to hold on to as much food, water, and medicine as humanly possible. Quest items are always important. Guns and ammo. Priorities of work. As of right now, we are going to be on the lookout for well-maintained firearms. Meds are first. Meds and ammo are going to be number 1 and number 2 for the time being. I'm going to unload all this stuff here. Very good. So we're going to take 3 mags out with us. We'll keep this on us. We need some juice. We're going to have juice and meatballs. Have a sip. Then we'll sleep and head back out. Yeah, but priorities of work. Maintaining ourselves with medicine. First aid. Our brain. Right now, our mental health is failing. We're going to need some snooze. We're going to have to find some snooze. And then our other priorities are ammunition and well-maintained firearms, or things to maintain our firearms. We slept for 12 hours. Lord have mercy. Look at us waking up we're in a dazed state. All right. Let's get this set up. Nice. Oh, that's... No. No. You're going to get set up on the wall over here. Yes, with your brother. The RK-62. All right, so today in Road to Vostok, we lose our minds. We lose our minds. We should try to go to... We know how to get to Vostok, or at least we knew how to get to Vostok, and that was by taking the border zone located over here, over there, and running through the minefield by hugging the corner until we got to Vostok. The border zone sucked. And by no fault of its own, it's just a border zone. I mean, it can't be... It by definition, cannot be a fun place to be. And it had trenches, which... Yikes. You don't want to fight in trenches, gang. But I don't know if there is another zone over here or where... Priority number 1 is find the doctor, because if we can trade for medical supplies, then we're going to be happy campers. He is located within a school, which is good for us to know. See... interesting. Well, good to know everything's still blocked off. I have no idea what this means. I can't read it. Okay. What we're going to do is walk around the border itself. We'll pop over and loot stuff as we see it. I know there's a camp coming up here. We'll pop over to structures and whatnot, but the doctor is located in a school, and we need to be on the lookout for a school. I don't know if Area 05 has been expanded. Oh, I know Area 05 is a larger area than just the village, but I don't know how to get to the other places, so that's what we need to be looking for. Ooh, look at this. And it's in good condition. We'll all be damned. All right. And that is a beautiful full-size MP5. And I'll be damned, really? Good deal. Good deal indeed. There's a mattress. You know, I would love to take that with us, but I can't. I keep forgive me. I've been playing. I've said this before. I've been playing a lot of DayZ, so I've got the tab mentality. I'm tabbing, checking my vicinity. All right, so full-size MP5 means we have just a little bit more stability, and that means that we can punch out. I mean, you saw what we can do with the cut-down stubby version. We're going to be unstoppable with this thing. I don't know where these transition zones are, so we're going to have a bunch of fun finding it together. I see that the tape continues to run past. And it continues to run around here. The game world is alive with the sound of nature. I want to get one of those shirts that says, I went to blank and all I got was this lousy shirt. And then it says Vostok. I see the transition zone down here. How joyous. How joyous. What lies beyond the threshold? How are we doing? Are we okay to move through here? Our health is fine. 5 and 10. Yeah. Okay, we're taking the highway. Now, this is my first time being on the highway. Which, that's pretty cool. I know that, okay. I know that Auntie would switch around the maps for the demo, and by the time that I was playing the demo and invested, I had never seen radar or highway or anything, so all I knew was, ooh, look at this, that's a gas station up ahead, isn't it? I'll be damned. It really is like, never mind, I'm gonna hold that comparison for now. Now, who do I have to be worried about here, I wonder? I wonder if this is bandits or border guards or who? All right. My God, is this game beautiful, and it just sounds so good. It's so crisp. This is it. Oh, Jesus! Okay. It is terrifying. It is so terrifying. My God, if you're not on your P's and Q's constantly, you are going to get jumped. I noticed myself, you know, just beyond the threshold, just beyond Oh, Christ. Okay, we gotta go. Just beyond my field of view, man. I've got to look a little further out. Okay. Man, I don't know what I was trying to say there. What I'm trying to say is that these dudes are nuts, and the combat is really unforgiving. If you're not paying attention, if you're not on your P's and Q's constantly, you're gonna get jumped. You're not gonna get that first round off. We are outnumbered. We have no superiority whatsoever. See all these fighting vehicles that have been abandoned, burned out. I heard something, but I have no idea what it was. It's like a lav. And BMP. Oh! God bless it, dude. You know, there's something terrifying about being prey like that. You know, not being the hunted, or not being the hunter, excuse me. And it's a bad feeling. It you know, you can be as prepared as you want to be, or at least think you're prepared. But nothing prepares you for that first crack over your head. You know, there's nothing you can do aside from experience it. Right? No battle plan survives contact with the enemy. And Vostok does the best job of any shooter I've played in years to get to that point. You know? The Kala Market. What goodies await us here at the Kala Market? Nothing on the bandit corpse. There's nothing on the bandit corpses ever. Alright. In we go. This place is wiped. And the corpses are wiped too. I'd like to clear this place before we start doing too much looting. Wonder if there's going to be anything in the back rooms. Hopefully not actual back rooms. I'd have a panic attack. What the hell happened here? Looks like there's quite a bit of disrepair beyond what would be, you know, expected. Even with a mass casualty event, or, you know, maybe a nuclear weapon would cause this much destruction. But this looks like it's been in disrepair for years. I mean, especially when we look at the state of those vehicles outside. Yeah, you know, looking at the state of those vehicles outside, it seems like there, you know, years have passed since whatever event happened. And that's kind of bizarre. I wonder if the people that were left here were just up and left, you know, I wonder if there was no ability to organize some type of relief effort, right? for evacuation. Doesn't seem like there's anything in this place at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have a light now and some gloves. Oh. Still fumbling with the controls. Okay, very good. Another MP5 magazine. What is this? Ah. I think for now, we're going to eat everything we come across. Eat and drink everything we come across and just make sure that we're on a good standard. Okay. I'm going to take that one instead. Ooh, a mess kit. Very good. Very good, very good. Cat food and cold meds. I was looking at something the other day. I can't remember what it was. It was I imagine it was a YouTube post. Look at this. Very good. Very good indeed. Going to throw this on here. Unload this magazine. Load it into here. And throw this here. And we'll throw the EXPS on that. We'll take this. Take that. It was talking about the amount of protein contained within dog food. And it was like, I mean, it was just an ungodly amount of protein per serving of dog. It was like 800 calories or 900 calories. And like 150 or 200 grams of protein. Something just absolutely ridiculous. Or maybe it was like 600 calories and like 50 or 70 grams of protein. It was something just insane. I forgive me, I'm butchering it. But contained within that dog food is not clean protein. It's like crude protein. And I don't really know what the difference is. I'd love to know what the difference is between like crude proteins and non-crude proteins or whatever the hell. I'm gonna drop these jeans in favor of these hiking pants. So if you know the difference between proteins and why I shouldn't be eating dog food, please let me know down below. It's one thing that I wish I had more knowledge about in general is nutrition. It seems, because it is so foreign to me, it seems, jam door. Because nutrition is so foreign to me, like I mean, I understand the concepts surrounding nutrition, but I don't understand exactly what nutrition is in the context of how certain things like perform or relate to your body specifically, or how they blend and mix and yada 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 yada. Like my extent of knowledge is essentially what calories are, but I don't know why calories are, or like why calories work the way they do, or why we need balanced diets. It's just not my wheelhouse whatsoever. So I'm always fascinated when I learn new stuff, especially pertaining to the human body and like what its limits are and limitations. I guess I said the same thing twice there, didn't I? I feel a little well, I'm a little sleepy, but I feel a little like I'm kind of feeling like performance anxiety when it comes to this episode. And that's it's kind of that's a new thing. Maybe I'm just tense overall. just excited to be here. I can't tell. Alright. Well, that place was a bust. Overall. We did get some food and drink. We did find a mess kit and an EOTech, but nothing groundbreaking. Guess we're just going to continue on around here and see if we can't find any anything new to get into. Any lore pieces, or hopefully we've run into the school sooner or later, but I doubt it's going to be over here. I just have this feeling that we're in the wrong place. Are we in full? No, we're in semi. I'm going to switch over to full. I don't like to, like, when carrying a rifle platform, I like to keep my rifle in semi at all times. When using a subgun like this, I like to keep it in full. We have a transition zone here. Where does this take us? Ah, cool. Off to the school we go. I didn't realize that the school was its own area. But that's good because we're going to get to meet the doctor. Okay. Well, this is definitely nerve-wracking, to say the least. See a bunch of advertisements. Looks like some type of arena. It's probably a pitch, isn't it? I see a tall structure on the opposite side. Wonder if that's the school itself. Can't see much of anything else. What's my light key? Is it T? No. It's not F, we know that. Ah, it is the mouse button. Yes, I do remember that. That didn't sound good. Okay, we don't have any binos or magnified optics, so we're going to move in this direction. I guess our goal is going to be to hit that multi-story structure over there. Trying not to run too much, but I really don't feel like I have a choice. I'm just overexposed everywhere I step. Into the wood line we go. Let's see, it looks like some type of... No, never mind. I was gonna say it looks like a military tent, but it's just a cabin. Some type of... It's quite the interesting basketball court down here. I like this quite a lot. It's a dead bandit. Antiseptic, fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Moving around at night is definitely not my favorite thing that we've done together here, but you know, we seem to be doing all right. It's our locker rooms, it seems. Nothing but garbage. Heaping piles of garbage. Alright, continuing on. What would be in the school that we find useful? Perhaps medical supplies? Perhaps this is where the doctor is physically? I hope he's in the school versus somewhere else. Is this supposed to be like a primary school or... Oh, that's not good. That's the opposite of good, actually. When the brightly colored structures start speaking Finnish, I start getting a little anxious. Yeah, that's definitely a bad guy. I wonder if that's the doctor I'm hearing. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but door is open here. God bless America. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have nothing to help our situation. Antiseptic is rare. Very good. Okay, here we go. It's now or never, baby. It's now or never. Making entry. I hear footsteps. Oh my god.
Olikohan kaapissa vielä sitä linimenttiä?
Okay. Well, we found the doctor.
Hyvänen aika, teillä on naama ihan turvoksissa.
I have no idea what you just said, homeboy. I wish I did. I wish I did. What you got?
Täällä ei mitään kiiltotarroja jaella.
900, okay. If we trade the tackle box, our crackers... Oh.
Ruumis on terve, mutta kukkaro on kipeä. Ai, kun on nuorella miehellä huono ryhti.
With him playing both sides, that is definitely anxiety-inducing. Especially for our health, I would like to ensure our continued survival, but there is just no assurance. You know, not in this line of work, I suppose. Yeah, that looks like a decent trade to me. You can have all that, and I'll take the meds. Very good. And I'm going to use them immediately. Take a handful of painkillers. Bandage ourselves up. Alright, and get prepared to get rid of our RK-62 in the event that this gunfight doesn't go our way, because we're about to get into a gunfight. So, here's the thing about the Hippocratic Oath. It doesn't stop in a combat zone, and people that have taken that oath, they just generally, I'm being very general, I am using a very broad brush right now, but they want to help people, right? That's their passion in life. That's their calling. And I've, you know, when people have a calling or they have something they believe in, that strongly, that's what they want to, yeah, there's a bad guy here. You know, it doesn't matter who they're performing first aid on. Does that make sense? Like, people just want to... They just want to help people. They don't care if they're a bandit or not, you know? And that causes problems for me right now, being in the same... Unless the bandits are coming to kill him, but it seems like he was, you know, doing surgery on a bandit. There's a fishing rod we'll take. Check these lockers. I'm really uncomfortable moving through here until we kill the bandits. We've got his number. Dropped him. Okay. Not too bad. I can't wait to get a suppressor. Though, I'll tell you what. Okay, there's another guy. Oh! Blast! Alive. Okay. So, bottom floor was previously not clear whatsoever. Let's go ahead and dump... Well, hell, we might be able to trade it upstairs for something. Let's throw this in there. Okay, very good. Yeah, it definitely does seem like this is some type of primary or secondary school. I don't particularly love being able to hear the trader down here through the walls, but I guess that comes with the territory. It's no different than the generalist. What? Okay, for a moment I thought that had a flashlight on it. I just want to attach a flashlight to one of my weapons. Okay. Well, this is pretty clear. Pretty clear indeed. It gets my seal of approval. Gets the college try. It's pretty alright. No, I'm kidding. We're going to go through and look at everything in excruciating detail. Look at all this stuff. See all that stuff we would have missed had we not come through here? All of our spare magazines for guns we're not even sure exist within the world. I think about... So something I'd love to do one day is put a game out there. And, you know, I think about how exactly I would do that. Not even how, but some of the systems that I would put into place. Like, if you were in... anywhere in the contiguous United States, right? And you were looting, like, house to house, door to door after an apocalyptic event, right? What are the odds that, look at all this nonsense, holy Christ. Did we just walk by this earlier? But, you know, you were in said situation... and just looting as you went, yada, yada, yada. What are the odds that you would find... So, I guess the question is, what are the odds of you finding, or not finding, rather, the, you know, attachments you're looking for, or you find a weapon system and you never find a magazine for it, yada, 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 you know, like... What's the statistical probability of that? We have a lot of guns right now, which is very good. It's a very good feeling. I'm going to unload all of this and put it all in this magazine, and then put the rest in here. Okie dokie. Now, let us go talk to him again and close this door behind us, lest we get shot.
Ai, kun on nuorella miehellä huono ryhti.
Alright, we need some lotion. We know that for certain for that quest. and
Oliko
painkillers.
kaapissa vielä sitä linimenttiä?
This is 11.25. Now, will you take both of these? Yes, you will. Very good. You'll take all these for exactly 11.25, okay?
Ei auta kylmäkäärö vinoon naamaa.
And
Sitähän ne
then,
sanoo.
what about these wipes? How much? Wipes and tissues, perhaps? Oh man, we're getting close to a deal. We're right on the edge of a deal here. What else could you possibly want? You want some 7.62s? You know, honestly, that's not the worst trade. Yeah, that'll do. Okay.
Lähtisköhän se pervitiinillä?
All right. What task do you have? Deliver duct tape. Did we have a... No, we've lost the duct tape, it seems. Okay, we'll do that. Cigars for a thermal blanket. Very good. Books. Very good. Finally, a use for all this stuff. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'll be on the lookout.
Ei tätä toimenpidettä kyllä selvinpäin tehdä.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for all this stuff, Doctor.
Seuraava potilas.
Very good. Very good indeed. All right. Well, what a wacky world we live in, isn't it? Is there no magazine in this? That's goofy. That'd be a hilarious gunfight. I've got this habit when I'm playing tactical shooters to not chamber around. It's becoming a running gag. And I don't know how I feel about it. This mattress, what are we to do with this? We can make something with it, right? Yeah. Very good. We just need a sleeping bag. Well, in that case, why don't we leave that there?
Ei kaikki taudit ole kuolemaksi.
It's going to slow us down. You know, the most imperative, or not imperative, the most important thing you can be is observant and light on your feet when it comes to being out and about in situations like this or survival situations. You want to definitely take a Reese perspective and abandon any ideas that you're going to be out here dropping bodies left and right. Like, I'm doing the wrong thing. I need to be so much more cautious. I'm also moving around at night, which is not the right move. Moving at night to obscure your movement is fantastic, but here where we're going to be getting into fights, moving without nods is just not advisable. I am glad we found this place, though. It's really important for your confidence in games like this too to do the thing. There's no other way to say it. Let's start collecting books for him. Like Tarkov, for example. If you're playing Tarkov and you're not getting it, you haven't been playing it since it was a beta, then it's a little intimidating, you know? And Vostok is no different. Any shooter is no different, especially if it's not shooters behind us. Especially if it's, you know, kind of open-ended and it's like, well, you got to go find these people or not, you know, figure it out. It's intimidating. It really is. And it can make it not fun, which I'm not talking about Vostok right now. I'm having a great time. But if you're more confused than you are, activating your brain muscles, you're not going to be having a fun time. And this has like the perfect amount. I think the maps are just large enough. To have us, you know, be able to be confused and have to move around at night because, you know, we're transitioning between the zones and, you know, have to worry about food and water on the road and yada, yada, yada. Whereas Tarkov, I would say, is borderline unplayable without having a wiki up in a separate tab. Early on. Like, if you have no idea what you're doing, those quest lines are not clear whatsoever. And the lore is not clear. So it's just like, I don't know, everything's a needle in a haystack. Anyways, rant over about whatever the hell that was. Got a beautiful night sky. Our beloved Big Dipper hangs above us. The beautiful northern hemisphere. We're just taking our sweet time, walking around in the woods. We don't have any friends, really. But we don't need them. I'm kind of hoping we find a cat. It's been teased, and I know it exists. So I am expecting it now. I am expecting a cat to be present at some point. I don't know if it's been said. I'm sure it has been in earlier episodes. So I'm a cat guy. I'm a cat. Definitely a cat guy. I like dogs too, but my wife and I have a beautiful baby boy named Bird Eye. He is our sweet little baby angel. He's the weirdest, most intelligent cat I have ever been around. He is so smart. It is scary. It's he comes off as, I don't know, he's just interesting. He's got this weird aura around him, you know? I love him so much. I wouldn't replace him or trade him for anything. So I'm hoping to get a little cat buddy in this. We're going to call him Bird Eye. About to hit the transition zone up here, and then we got to hike across the highway to get back home. Hopefully, it says that we have 2 shelters, and I have no idea what the hell that means. I have absolutely zero idea what that means. Okie dokie. So, how did we get here in the first place? We crossed... Okay, here's the fish market, or not fish market, here's the market. And to get to the market, we walked... Oh, God, I can't remember. Well, we're going to find the transition, don't you worry. I think we go back to the market, cross the bridge, and then walk straight down the highway. Not particularly, like, to a T straight down the highway, but, you know, pretty close. We could stop back in. Honestly, I don't know if enough time's passed or not, but considering there was a transition, we should be able to walk through Kala here. Pretty A-okay. Right? And find new loot. Right? Because we... Any goodies in the van? No. Can't interact with cars. I am taking it a little easy right now. You know, there's evidence, not necessarily evidence of a great battle. I mean, there's a bunch of dead bandits There's a bunch of military gear here, and it's judging from the woman that was speaking at the beginning, alongside the feel and the tone out here, it seems like with what very little bit of lore that we have been given, it seems like that Finland was used as the staging ground for a full-scale operation into Russia. And as a result, you know, I think that's why we're seeing all this military gear, all these dead bandits and whatnot. But I don't know what happened with the actual military, or what didn't happen, yada, yada, yada. All is left open. I'm going to try not to pat too hard, not think about it too much, and just enjoy. I'm coming off of doing a video essay on Ready or Not, and that was... They're here. I think they're above us. I think there's more. I could be wrong. No, there's definitely one more shooter. All right. Not too shabby, gang. Not too shabby at all. Now, I guess we'll start top down since we're already up here. Let's go through these office cabinets. I figured we'd get respawns, and I did figure that we'd get some bad guys in here. And we sure as hell did. Sure as hell did. I'm actually in the process of hunting down one of those vests in real life to wear around. I used to wear a vest quite a lot. I liked it, having like all this extra utility space, all these extra pockets, and you know, it's relatively lightweight. I mean, you could wear it year round with no crazy repercussions. But it is no longer with us. I would like to... I'm looking for one of these, like, fisherman vests that we were talking about earlier, the GWAT vests. Oh, we didn't even check the back of this place earlier. All sorts of boxes to be looked through. Very good. Well, hopefully there's some goodies. I wonder if there's goodies on the top shelves, too. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, look at all these goodies. Very good. And there's the duct tape we needed for that quest. Which means we're going back. We're going back. It's going to be a long first episode, but it's really, like, I've toyed with the idea of playing something like Tarkov on the channel, or DayZ and stuff like that. And if you guys watch, like, we did do Zomboid on the channel, and that was our first videos ever. Our first videos on the channel were Project Zomboid, and those, like, while they're not nearly as high quality as our videos are now, they definitely had some... I don't know what I'm trying to say. They were neat. How bad's this cold? 30. That's not very good. Yeah, we don't need that. But they didn't have a lot of jump cuts. I mean, a lot of that was raw footage, and then this is before I realized that you can really overload your system by throwing in a lot of fast forwarding. I had no idea what I was doing, man. I just the day I decided to do YouTube is the day I posted the first video, and I knew what I wanted out of the channel. You know, like I knew what I wanted it to look like, what I wanted it to feel like, but I didn't really know what I was doing, how to get there, and I feel like we've come very far since those opening videos. In a very short amount of time, we've made leaps and bounds of progress in the, look at this stuff. All good stuff, man. All good stuff. Leaps and bounds of progress in the 150 or so videos that we've put out. And it really just comes from doing. Like, I can sit down now and edit with little pain. Fun fact about me in the channel, I was struggling very, very, very hard early on with editing, because I wasn't, it was not that I was struggling with the editing, but I was struggling with the time it took me to edit, because I was individually creating the intro and outro screens for each video, and I was doing that frequently, and that's an absolute pain in the rumpus. If you don't use a Mogurt, you're making your life 1,000 times more difficult, or a save template with everything already where it should be, or roundabouts where it should be, so you can just move it in Premiere. But we have since corrected that mistake, and once I figured that out, it was like a eureka moment. Truly, I had a light bulb pop up over my head. So once again, we're going to transition here to the school. We're going to knock out Doctor's Quest, and then we're going to get our happy rears back to the cabin and look over our spoils. And then we'll probably hit the generalist on the way home and try to drop all of our gear off with him. Or complete as many quests as we can. I think we've got the stuff to do it now. This should be our transition point, right? Roundabouts, maybe? Yeah, there it is down there. I hope. I think so. The Hunter's Moon is out. Alright, where does this take us? To the school. Very good. Okie dokie. We're going to slice through the woods here. I'm going to slice through the wood line. And, let's try to keep as low a profile as possible. I'd hate to get shot. I would hate to get shot indeed. I know there's supposed to be a, like a industrial area here. Not here, but in Vostok in general. I was following those screenshots pretty closely. I was following Vostok pretty closely while, like, in the days leading up to its release. Again, I hate that I'm a few days behind on getting it recorded and edited and stuff. But, like I said, it just, unfortunately, its release did not align with my schedule the way I thought it would. And, we're just a little off as a result, but it'll Everything will be fine. We gotta shoot down here, don't we? It's a massive fence following this artificial structure here. I don't even know what you would call this. It's like it reminds me of a yard, like a prison yard. Especially in the old, like, limestone prisons. Still got a good amount of ammo. We're doing fine. We're gonna have to eat and drink when we get up here, but I'll wait till we get to the doctor to do that. We're holding on just fine. Make sure we don't catch a stray. Seemed clear so far. Seems like we're doing pretty good. You know, I was thinking about the no-nonsense approach that Vostok is taking. Like, very grounded in reality. And I do appreciate that. Storm's rolling in. I love Stalker and stuff like that, but Stalker is Stalker, right? And it's very difficult to emulate Stalker in other media, or to try to make a game that is Stalker-like. It just, for one reason or another, they seem to fall short. I don't know why that is. I'm actually going to eat this so we can make room for this crank here. Very good. We are very heavy. But, you know, like, Tarkov has... It prides itself on realism, but it's got, like, really... It's really toe in the line with its realism, with some of the characterization... or with the characterization of its bosses and whatnot. You know, it's kind of difficult to say it's a true hardcore experience. Okay. 1800. That shouldn't be a problem for us. 556 goes for crazy amounts of money. Do you want a bucket? No. No. What am I thinking? You want a fishing rod? Yep. Perfect. Alright.
Hyvää työtä. Vähäinen on tosi vaivonpalkka.
I don't have cigars. I've got some of these. But I don't have all of them. I don't have batteries, or else I'd knock that one out. Antiseptic and antibiotic. I don't have. I have one saline. No harmonica. No report. Okay.
Hammasta purren eteenpäin vaan. On kyllä sairasta sakkia.
Oh, wow. God, his taxes are insane. Absolutely insane. He wants an arm and a leg from us. He does, he does. Okay. I'm not going to accept that. We'll get this squared away real quick. Our health's doing fine. We need to drink something. Peaches. We'll eat peaches. Peaches, tomato. All the good things. Very good. I'm going to hold on to the tuna until we cross the border, because we might need that little extra bit to get us across, you know? throw our ammo and our mags to save space. Get this organized real quick. Alright, let's hit the road, gang. Guess we could check all this stuff. More tissues. So, when you think of a wartime economy, what is it that you think of as being valuable? You know, like, it's always the beans, bullets, and band-aids is what people talk about. And it's always first aid, food, especially food that can be preserved, or canned food that doesn't expire, things with long shelf lives, milk, especially like shelf-stable milk, hygiene products, baby wipes, particularly. Now, I think it's important for us to think outside the box when it comes to scenarios like this. Like, what really is important? What is it? Okay, there's a shooter at the end of the hall. Okay, he took that one in the neck. No, he took it in the chin. I might trying to do sills. Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to going to take this magazine out, clear the chamber, and we're gonna go see if we can get a trade on that. Hold the phone. Can we pick this bucket back up? Yes. Very good. The less trips we have to make, the better. I say as we go up to the doctor for the third time. I'm back again. Did you hear that gunshot? It was me. No need to worry. No need to worry. Even though you're colluding with the enemy, I won't forget that. You want this? Yes, very good. Now we get into the nitty-gritty. What do you want? Tissues? No. Balm? Okay, we're on to something.
Lähtisikö se permitiinillä?
We're getting very close. Getting very close to a deal here. How about... No, that's too much. How about this? Yes.
Kyllä näillä alkuun päästään.
Very good. See, we gotta make him think that he's getting a better deal. We don't even have a weapon to run that magazine in. There's a shooter outside. I don't know where, but I know that they exist. Ah, Christ. Well, good thing we got that tourniquet, huh? Unbelievable. God bless America. That's not what I... Actually, hold on. Well... Not what I... Okay, we almost died. Jesus Christ, okay. Let's get the hell out of here. I did not mean to use this. Wait, hold on. Hold on. As much as I want to run and get out of here, we should really double check and see if we can't get a better deal with the doctor while we have access to this discarded weapon and whatnot. Hey, we're back for the fourth
Mikäs
time.
miestä vaivaa?
Painkillers, 420 for the painkillers, and he'll take it for that. That's a steal. Let's see if we can... See if we can't do something like there we go. Look at that.
Ei silakka suolassa mätäne.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
Vermitiinillä.
We'll unload this. No, forgive me. Unload all this stuff into here. Okie dokie. Now we'll transition these metal AK mags. We'll get the rounds out of there and put them in our polymer mags so we can actually utilize them in a pinch. Same with this one, and we'll do that while we're relatively safe.
On kyllä vaikea vaiva. Mikään rohto tuo auttaisi.
All right, awesome. Now we are going to hit the road. I'm gonna take some painkillers. All right, that's just where our health is gonna sit for now, unfortunately. Hopefully on the way back we can acquire some more stuff. The sun does look like it's coming up. All right, let's hit the road. I'm actually kind of surprised that bandit decided to move on us. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, though. Vostok's got good AI, and since the beginning, I've definitely been singing its praises. I really enjoy the way that their AI moves and shoots and maneuvers on you. I like any game with attention to detail, especially when it comes to their AI. I cannot stand games that skimp out on their enemies, or make their enemies unfair to give the illusion of challenge, right? When you start adding RNG into the requirements for people to do good in your game or enjoy your game, that's when you start losing the plot for the novel. Void Interactive, I'm looking at you. Everything seems cool so far. It's a very early morning here in southeastern Finland. The wind chill is miserable. The local flora is very green, and the local fauna is hostile, violent, hostile, cannot be reasoned with. The economy's all right. Actually, I'd say the best thing about Vostok right now is the economy. It's doing pretty okay. Doing pretty okay. Off to the highway we go. All right, and look at that. We have got beautiful daylight. We've got beautiful daylight shining above us. Now, daylight should not be confused for safety, but it's definitely safer. It's definitely safer than nighttime. So we're going to do the same thing that we just did and loop back down to the Kala market. Hopefully we can find some goodies there quickly. If not, this tuna's just going to have to carry us back to our cabin. We need to be on our P's and Q's. I have no idea what else could be here. Aside from enemies. But you know how Vostok itself has, or had the best loot, the Khrushchevka's area? And every once in a while you'd find one of those military crates. See, I have no idea where to find those special crates now. Besides, like, retracing my footsteps and attempting to, you know, recreate that. I have no idea where to be looking. And that's part of the appeal and the newness that is coming back to a game after playing the demo in its entirety. And that's a lot of fun. There was a shooter on the second deck there in that top right window. I wonder if he's going to try to approach us. Definitely seemed like he was moving. Can't see my selector switch. Oh my god. Holy Christ. Oh, dude. Oh my god. What did I say about the cracks and the whizzes? There's a shooter on the second deck, shooter on the first deck. Oh my god, that made my stomach tight. Man, I don't know how you were able to get the bullets, to get that, to capture that sound so effectively, so crisply. It is unbelievable how realistic the gunfire sounds. I see that shooter in the road over there. I'm going to try to get to a good position to maybe take a shot at him. Ah, shit. Where is he? Christ. Okay. Well, that's no good. I have lost that second shooter. You know, Vostok is paced really well as well. And, you know, normally saying something is paced well is reserved for, like, a narrative horror experience. But Vostok, it gives you so much... it properly uses its downtime, right, in between the chaos. And I suppose you could get there as fast or as slowly as you wanted. But it's definitely got this slow burn to it. And every time we get into a gunfight, I treat it like it's going to be our last. I like truly feel responsible for my character's life. And that's something that a lot of games struggle to create. And you know, Tarkov was notoriously good at that because of gear fear, the widespread, rampant gear fear that I'm sure many of you still feel to this day. But it's not necessarily gear fear here in in Vostok. It feels different. I don't know. There's just this primal feeling. Okay, that barely put our hydration up. We've got to find juice or water or something here, or we are going to die before we get home. And I'm going to be furious if we do that. I keep pressing the wrong key, forgive me. I hope you folks don't mind more long-form content like this when it comes to Vostok. We're at almost 3 hours now, and we're not quite at a good stopping point. So I hope that doesn't bother you too much. If you want shorter bits and bobs, let me know. I'll make it happen. Oop. Okay, there's got to be one juice box in this whole building. Sugar, no. I need those things, but not particularly right now. Oh, perfect. There we go. And that was our lifeline. That's going to carry us forward back to the village. Yes, indeed. Do we have a children's book? We need a religious text, and we need the other book. I don't know what it is. We have a fishing book, a children's book, we need a religious book, and a blank to satisfy the bookworm quest line. That's AK-74. It's an AK magazine on the ground. Neat. Papa. It's at 100%. I've definitely got to be more attentive when we're walking through these environments. Hopefully I haven't missed anything crazy, but I remember that being a problem in the demo. Was not... Well, not particularly, but definitely not homing in on... You know what? I'm leaving this bucket behind for the time being. We do not need it. Not yet, at least. We'll make our homebrew coming up. I'd really like an additional backpack. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there is a will, there's a way. I've got this bad habit. Maybe it's not the worst habit to have, but I notice when I'm aiming, like, you might be like, why the hell are you looking down here? It's so I can, like when I'm aiming outright at a target, it's really easy to get lost in the optic itself, to get lost in the collimator, and get tunnel vision, right? Which can sometimes be occupational good fortune, but generally it's just a good way to get blind. So, like, say I'm shooting at a target on the right-hand side of that truck, right? You'll see me, like, kind of walking around like this, and that's so I have a clear view of the target prior to me drawing up on him. And that's easier than actually having to acquire the target like this from the low ready. Oop, I just did not mean to jump. This is a dreadful little LD8 to cross. I'm crossing right across the bridge. Caution to the wind. Yeah, that's a huge LDA. This sucks. You know, it wasn't too bad on the other side when I had cover. Ooh, he's got tomatoes. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. We're still fine here. We had a pretty straightforward walk back home. Now, whether or not we get into some nonsense at or in the village, that is, I guess that's entirely up to us. Here we go. All right, back home. Not quite back home, but we're closer than we were. In the interest of, well, Christ, let's just do it. No, let's go home first. I was gonna say, in the interest of a trip, let's run straight to the generalist. But I say we skedaddle on. Something I found interesting in the tab options menu is the presence or the traders leaving and then coming back. I don't know if that's going to be like a repeating cycle or what, but you see here, traders leave for 10 days, traders come back. I find that interesting. That definitely seems like we're going to have our life squared away, have our gear and kit in order, and be pretty self-sufficient in order to survive for those 10 days. Perhaps it's going to force a more survivalist approach. But as the events come, I want to do our best to participate in them. Instead of maybe disappearing, you know? Or shying away. I don't know why I'm picking up Stanig mags when, we've got 2 AKs and RK95 sitting at home. Is that a shooter in that window? I don't think it was. Was it? I'm scared to turn my back to that structure now. I'm gonna push on down past the tracks though and go home. Yeah, that's very good. We have made it. We have made it. That was quite the journey. Spent a whole night out. That was pretty spooky, gang. Not gonna lie, there were a couple hairy moments there. That last engagement was not good. Not good. All right, we have made it home successfully. I'm gonna throw our backpack over here somewhere. Right here on the ground, I think. I'm going to get rid of the crink. I just picked it up because it was full. We have all the food. We need this. I'm going to keep collecting food at the top, everything else down below. Food, meds, everything. We'll get rid of the sugar. Put the tomatoes up. What do we need? I know what we can do. We can drop all of this stuff off. I like how the ammo stacks. Okay, very good there. Very good. Put this in there. Put this in there. This is our meds, right? We'll keep one bandage on us and put the painkillers up. I think we need one set of painkillers. I'm about to figure that out, though. Need matches. Still haven't found cigarettes, but we'll find those eventually. I think it's time to go... oh, forgive me, MP5. Oh, God, okay. Forgive me. I think it's time to drop down to one primary weapon system. Okay, that'll do for me. How about this guy? This is going to be our nightstand piece for sure. We'll get all this organized. Okay. Speaking of nightstand piece, gotta have a magazine. There we go. Alright, so the pillow, the acetaminophen, no, the painkillers. The pillow, the painkillers, the lotion, the tissues, all this should go to the generalist for his back pain. Quest line, right? What the hell am I doing? I think we can hold on to one set of painkillers. Take this balm. Leave the saline. Leave the rags. Leave the books. Take all this and leave this so we can cook at home. Alright, so this is what we're getting rid of. We actually should hold on to that hot plate. Right? Fighter jets today. I don't love the sound of that. Toilet paper. Television. We did that. Pillow, lotion, painkiller. Pillow, lotion, painkiller. Very good. Alright, let's head out and go take care of this. You see our vignettes is still very, very much so in the red. We're less than 50% health. Got to be very mindful moving forward. Vostok is still no joke, man. It is still hardcore. It is still gritty. It still has very sharp teeth. And it's got this comfy feeling, man. It's got this nice, comfortable sheen to it. I don't know how to describe it. There's something about these scenes, these stalker-esque, survivalist, gritty, like post-war survivalist scenes that I just love. Absolutely love. All right, in we go.
Laita kauppahommia.
You have all sorts of goodies, don't you? How about a bandage and a soda for me? Wait, hold on. No, we need this one. Start. Complete.
Katoan. Sait sen tehtyä.
All right, very good. Coffee and filters, wipes and deodorant. We're kind of in the middle of this one. All right. Let's get back to our trading.
Joku päivä vielä.
Wait, what do these do? Oh, they're good for our mental health. Holy hell, okay. I'm going to hold on to those then and use every single one of them in rapid succession.
Esimerkillistä kaupankäyntiä.
Very good. Is there anything else that we can't live without? Well, I don't suppose so then.
No niin. No niin, leukarin tai eteenpäin.
So all of this is fair game for us then. We're going to sneeze in a tissue. Drink a soda. I wonder if the sneeze in the tissue is just... Wait a second. Hold on. Nope. Not compatible with the PBS. Interesting. I wonder if it's just one of those simple luxuries. You know, I wonder if that's why it's a bonus to mental health versus everything else. Like blowing your nose in a tissue versus your shirt or, you know, snot rocketing. We're gonna take those sticks so we can make a tourniquet at home. We have enough rags to do so. Lumber. I bet that weighs a metric ton. Bucket. We don't have anything to make the cleju. What is it? Cleju? Is that how you say cleju? Which I think is like American moonshine. I don't know what type of liquor it is though. Like what it's distilled from, what its base is. You know, like soju's rice liquor, moonshine's corn liquor, corn whiskey. I don't know. We are in the lion's den though. I'm gonna be real careful. We're gonna look through this stuff since we're here. I'm half tempted to drop this lumber and say, screw it, we can find it later. But, I don't know, something's telling me I'll regret that. Got my loot goblin brain in overtime. Trying to loot everything before clearing it. Or doing it one at a time. Very good. I don't think we need duct tape anymore. There are definitely shooters here. We'll catch them. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this lumber. We can always pick it up later. I'm gonna drop this and remove this. Turn this on. I don't know where they are, but I don't speak Finnish. And I think our character is a mute. Alright. I'm going to move over here to the red structure. Keeping our eyes facing a suspected enemy position. Okay, everything's empty. We're going to push up to the brick structure here. See a shooter far. I think I killed him. Alright, let's... God. Canned peas. Very good. You know, something funny. Not really funny, but just an observation about life in general. My wife and I were sitting, having lunch earlier, and we were eating snap peas, like sugar snap peas. Just eating them raw. And we were messing around and, like, opening them one at a time and, like, looking at the little beans inside. And the question came up. I was like, are these, like, peas? You know? Because, I mean, they look identical to a pea. And, you know, surprisingly, I had no idea exactly where peas came from or what peas were. You know, we garden, and I feel like we have a pretty well-rounded education and, you know, understanding of the world, and had no idea where peas came from like that, you know? So we're sitting there looking it up, and it turns out that peas, like the canned peas that we're familiar with, are a specific type of snap pea, like that, or bean. Not bean, excuse me. They're a specific type of pea called the English pea. Whereas green beans, you know, are a different animal. And I think that's where the confusion came from, because they look similar. But, yeah, true story. Can't believe that. Can you tell that I'm sleep deprived? I'm gonna shoot around here, go up in here. I'm hoping we find the stuff we need to make this, to hook this hot plate up. We're actually really close to having all the ingredients. Now that does mean that we'll have to find other ingredients to turn in for the quest line, but I don't know. I think sometimes it's important to take care of yourself first. No, we have enough of that at home. Very good. I want to be very careful crossing this threshold. Also checking this one. All good. All smiles and rainbows so far. We are we were made for this. I tell you what. Ooh, and we got some licorice. I like licorice. I like, I'm a big fan of chewy candy. I like chocolate too, don't get me wrong. Like, if I had to pick between the two for like a comfort thing, especially in this environment, like a wartime environment, I definitely want chocolate. The mental stimulation that comes from chocolate, like the dopamine boost. Oh, holy Christ. Hold on. Transition. Pull your... What the hell is happening? Okay, gang. We have an injury, and I don't really know what to do about that. Okay, I think we briefly stopped it. I'm gonna eat painkillers, eat all this stuff, and see if we can't get that to chill. Okay, I do not know how to deal with whatever wound we have. I think we need bleed stop. Not bleed stop, but tourniquet maybe. Hell, I don't know. Our health is failing extremely fast. I don't know if that takes us down to 1 or what. Ah, Christ. Okay. Let's just try to get home. I know we're dropping rapidly, but we don't really have a choice, do we? Oh, shit. Okay, well. Well, that was ridiculous. Well, that was our first major loss here in Vostok, and I pushed us hard, but hey, say la vie, you live and you learn. So that was part 1 of our return to Vostok as a whole. I can't promise this is going to be, like, right off the bat back in the weekly rotation, but I'm going to try my best to keep up with it, and I'm going to figure out how the hell to deal with the brain bleed or whatever that is supposed to be. I have no idea what affliction we were injured with that killed us immediately, despite us, using bleed stop, painkillers, etc. I'll figure that out, and I'll catch you on the flip side. So if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We have more content on the way as always. Something for everybody, no doubt. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, games you want me to play, videos you want me to make, please let me know down below in the comment section. The comment section is the best way to get my attention. I read every comment. If you want to play Road to Vostok for yourself, that link will also be in the description. And remember to mind the gap, stalkers. Mind the gap. And have a good one. We got it all back. Don't worry. Alright, gang. So, I couldn't let it go. And, as you see here, we made enough on the run to gain back what we had lost that we were able to buy another fridge, which we have subsequently filled up. We got a brand new AK with 100%, and we have this beautiful, beautiful bean back. Yeah, I just couldn't let that one go for one reason or another, so I decided to go back and get back what was rightfully ours. And I sure did. Sure did. We killed 3 bandits, and I didn't get the first one on tape, but I got the others. So, this is the real outro. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We have more content on the way as always. Something for everybody, no doubt. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know down below in the comment section. I read every comment. If you want to play Road to Vostok for yourself, mind you, it is in 1.0 release, all sorts of goodies available, then that link will also be in the description. And remember to mind the gap, stalkers. Mind the gap. And have a good one.